Hey you guys, and welcome back. We are continuing to work on our letters, using our breath to move the watercolor paint around that letter so that once we remove it and we've got that negative space, we're able to see the letter. So making sure that as we're doing this, that we've got enough around the edges. So like I would probably still go in with either more of this kind of deep teal color, or maybe choose another color to go in between because there are still some spaces around it. So I might want to fill this one in just a little bit more, but I'm going to show you guys a bonus technique today, okay? Because I know some of us have shorter names, or maybe we've just have so much fun with this that we have been making multiple letters per day, and now we're like, okay, well, we've got our name done. What next, right? So if that's you, I want to make sure I'm showing you this bonus content, a way to make this even more fun and amazing and kind of give it that 80s photo shoot vibe. All the adults in the room are going to know what I'm talking about once we get started with this. But before we do get started, I want to make sure it is a little bit messy. So you are going to want to definitely put down some sort of a tablecloth, or maybe cut open a paper bag and put that down. You'll also want to make sure you're not wearing any favorite clothing or have a smock on, or maybe turn a shirt inside out. Also, don't be near any like cloth furniture. Just look around and make sure you've got a space a few feet around you where it's like everything could be wiped down. For example, I know that you guys can't see this, but on my on the monitor right here, there's actually little splatters all over, so I'm going to need to make sure to clean that up after every single club today and after the video as well, because it just makes a little bit of a mess. But in order for me to show you, I need to have it close enough to the camera, so we're just going to have to deal with that on my end. Alright, so what the technique is going to be, we're going to be splatter painting our letter as well. So I am going to choose a different color than what I've got here. I'm going to maybe choose, I want something that will show up well on the camera, so I'm going to choose this vibrant, beautiful red. Just like always, I'm going to make sure that I add lots of water, so lots of droplets of water to it, and then mix it really, really well. So we want lots of pigment mixed with lots of water. That's going to give us the best results here. So you see me mixing that all up. And I want it so that when I pick up my paintbrush, I can see the color of that watercolor on the paintbrush, and I can. Okay, the next step then, I'm going to set my paintbrush down for just a moment so we can see this, and I'm actually going to pick up a clean paintbrush so I can show you from the side view. So what I'm going to be doing is holding my paintbrush over the paper like this and flicking it, okay? But I know it's kind of hard to see that way, so I'll show you the technique from the side angle. Once again, this is a clean paintbrush, so I wouldn't be doing this towards my monitor otherwise. But I'm taking and just kind of flicking it like that when it has the watercolor paint on it. So I'm going to grab my paintbrush full of red watercolor. I'm going to get a little bit more on it even. Holding it a few inches above the piece of paper, and once again, here we go. We're flicking it. You can see, woo! That is looking cool. See what I'm talking about with this 80s splatter background? Totally reminds me of that. Every elementary school picture was basically taken on a background in front of something like this. Alright, so that's what we're doing. We can do this in multiple colors. So maybe I want not just red splatter painting, maybe I want it red with, oh, I don't know, orange? Red with orange, sure, why not? Mix that up and do the same thing. So we can have a lot of fun with this. Notice that I definitely want to make sure that if I'm doing this technique, I do need that letter down because we want to make sure we're reserving that negative space right behind it. So if you took your letter off, no big deal. Just put it back down, tape it back down in the spot where it was before, and proceed with splatter painting. So I would of course go all the way around the paper and make that look really cool. Give it a total funky vibe there. But as a reminder, this is bonus content. So if you are like, okay, that's really cool, Mrs. Sinzim, but I still haven't finished my letters. Well, that's going to come first. So just as a reminder, don't move on to this step until we've got the rest of it done. So like, for example, this one, I still need to go in and do some yellow and orange. Maybe you even need to still create more letters, right? Cut them out, get them taped down. Wherever you are at in the process, be there, okay? Feel free to work on whatever part you're at. Don't get stressed out, because remember, what I just showed you is bonus. You don't have to do that, but just for the students that maybe are having a lot of fun and spending a lot of time outside of club time, or maybe just have shorter names, and so it's easier for them to get their whole name done a little bit quicker. It gives them even more fun that they can do too, to continue to add to their image. But for now, I gotta keep working on my name because I have 7 letters in my name, so it's gonna take me a while before I get through all of my letters. For our last class, we are going to get yet a bit more, or another bit of bonus content for what we can do to add to it. But once again, that's going to be optional, and you can choose to do it on some letters and not on others, or none at all. So I will see you guys then. Have fun and keep creating those letters to get your full name done by the end of the week. We'll see you then.